Hello, everyone, and welcome to Round 6 of Grand Prix Philadelphia. I'm Brian David Marshall. I'm joined by Pro Tour Hall of Famer Ben Stark, and we are watching another Pro Tour Hall of Famer, Jon Finkel, taking on Jackie Lee. Jackie comes out of the gates fast with a Fire Drinker Satyr.
It's funny to me when you say another Pro Tour Hall of Famer, because Finkel is like the best. You know? Like, I'm another Pro Tour Hall of Famer. He's like one of the best of all time.
Not just another Hall of Famer,
Yeah.
for sure. First class of the Hall of Fame, led his class.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, pretty much him and Kai, widely considered the best to ever do it.
Yeah. So Jackie gets in for 3, does the damage to herself as well, pumps the Satyr on turn 2. Sort of the upgraded Jackal Pup.
Not a real big fan of the Satyr or Jackal Pup in sealed or draft. Generally, it trades, you take some damage, not that much upside.
And everything blocks it, even a Flitter Step Eidolon.
Yeah. But obviously she has a pretty aggressive deck. It looks to be some sort of red-green beatdown. So, I mean, it makes sense, maybe, but just not a card I'm a big fan of as a whole. I'm actually not a big fan of the Eidolon that Finkel hasn't played either, to be honest. Just costs a lot of mana before you're equipping it on anything. And a 2-mana 1/1 unblockable wasn't really a great card.
It has John's favorite mechanic, though.
Which
blue.
Is historically, that has been a great mechanic, but I think it's pretty balanced these days.
Yeah. Satyr Wayfinder comes down for Jackie. Mills through a couple cards. Couldn't really see what they were. Puts the land in here. You certainly see a Nessie and Courser on top. I mean, this is what the blue deck wants you to do, right? Like, just take some time, not really attack.
Yeah. And Satyr Wayfinder, since it kind of replaces itself with the land, it's mostly useful as a body. Like, if you have ways to bestow onto it or deals to put on it, just any enchantments, you know. Just a normal bestow creature. But it's not the best by itself. Just sitting around as a 1/1, it's not that imposing.
I gotta tell you, I don't know a more patient Magic player than Jon Finkel. Like, John is one of these players who's just, I mean, obviously all the great players are always content to wait and sort of play slow and kind of sit back on their control cards, but John is not slowest, but the most patient.
Sure. Definitely a key asset.
And not really being put under any pressure here.
Yeah. There's no reason to make bad trades. I remember when I was coming up a little bit learning, I asked for advice once I got to be friends with the pros, and Ben Rubin said that to me. He said, I asked him if there was anything I could improve in my game. He said that I was simplifying the board too much, just making trades that didn't benefit me unnecessarily.
So Nyxborn Wolf is offered up by Jackie, bestowing the Satyr Wayfinder, but it is met with Nullify. How do you like Nullify as a card in Sealed?
As long as you can consistently cast it, I love Nullify.
How many islands do you need to play to justify it?
You can play it on 8 or 9, but I think it's pretty mediocre then. If you get to like 10 or 11, I think it's great. I mean, it's frequently going to trade up.
I feel like that number is probably shocking to a lot of people at home listening. Like the idea that you want to be 10 or 11 islands to reliably play Nullify.
Well, because
to justify its occupation in your deck.
Here's the thing. It's always great on turn 5 or 6 when you're countering their 5 or 6 drop. But a lot of times you're too far behind if you had it on turn 2 and couldn't cast it because they cast their turn 2 drop or 3 drop, you know? So, I mean, I only really like it when I can consistently have out 2 blue on turn 2 or 3 every game, which is 10 or 11. Right. If you need a playable and you have 8 or 9, sure, no problem.
Right. There's a Snake of the Golden Grove. I imagine John gained 4 life here.
Yeah, that's pretty automatic with that guy. The only time I ever see it come into play as 7/7 is if it's about to die.
Yeah. Certainly not against the green-red mage.
No.
You can see John sitting on a Siren of the Fanged Coast.
I like that guy a lot.
And a Nimbus Naiad, I believe.
Yeah, 2 cards I like a lot. Both very strong cards.
And Nimbus Naiad's just...
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about the bestow cards as split cards. I mean, that card is just probably one of the best, right? Like, just like perfectly on curve flyer or just like backbreaker.
Sure. You love a Windrake when you have an aggressive draw and other stuff to do. And if you don't have a ton to do, then you just make one of your big green guys flying and play that game. It's an excellent card.
All right. Coming in.
Yeah, probably going to get blocked by a Swordwise Centaur. I'm not really sure how this is going to work out. could get double blocked, in which case it would trade up with the 4/4, but she would take 7. I don't know exactly what John wants to do here. Could be interesting. It's kind of an interesting spot for John. If I'm John in this spot, what I'm thinking is I'm racing, I'm dealing with the one unblockable turn. She's probably going to play something, so I don't assume my 3/2 is going to be able to get in, so I want to get value there. But if I go ahead and make the double block, I get her turn, and she takes 7, but then I'm letting her trade up with a 4/4. If I block with just the 3/2, she takes 3 and doesn't have to spend any mana, or if I take it, it's just a 2/1. I don't need the 2 life.
Right.
But, I mean, am I going to get a better opportunity to exploit it later? I mean, knowing John's hand, I don't feel like he needs anything in play, so I feel like maybe a double block is probably optimal, but he certainly has all his options here.
Right, and what cards is John worried about here?
I mean, there's not really much you're that worried about, because I don't think there's anything that would like really own you if you double blocked or anything like that. I mean, if she coordinated the first strike card, it's not going to get them both, right? So it's still going to die and just kill one.
It looks like John just took it. He just said, nah.
He just took it?
Yeah.
I mean, he's certainly in a position to be able to ignore it. I'm just not sure why you want to. It's almost like an opportunity,
right.
In my opinion.
Looked like Jackie was considering post-combat bestowing on, yeah, she post-combat bestows Leaf Crown Dryad onto the Satyr.
Yeah. It does work like that, right? Like, had John double block, she would take 7, right?
Yeah, even if she has Mortal's Ardor.
Yeah.
Right? Like, even if it, like, which is like the only trick I would really.
Right. She could play that, but she could only pump it one time, right? That card costs 2.
Yeah.
So she wouldn't be able to kill both John's guys,
right.
And she would still take 7,
yeah,
right?
Yeah,
I would almost certainly have double blocked there. I mean, you can lose your 4/4. She takes 7. She spends her turn pumping. She actually takes 2 more pumping.
Right. Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Then you can untap, drop the Naiad or the Siren of the Coast, attack with the other guy because she's not able to play a blocker to stop
right.
the 3/2 if she kills the 4/4. I mean, I think it's. I think John's going to probably win this game either way.
Yeah. Yeah.
But all she did was bestow a Leaf Crown Dryad on her tapped creature. Let's imagine instead she had dropped some nice 5-drop or something, and it
right.
somehow won a close game.
Yeah, like a Nessian
Asp or something. Somehow managed to make this game close and continue or whatever. This is a more losable game.
See John sort of prompting with the Siren.
Yeah, I actually really love a double block there. I don't think there's anything that really, really punishes you. Now we're moving on, and John is casting more monsters, and she still has out just her enhanced Satyr here. So this game really isn't that close.
What's the reason you would do the Leaf Crown Dryad on the Fire Drinker versus the Satyr Hedonist here? Like you can, because the Satyr Hedonist then lets you, the Satyr Wayfinder then lets you maybe trade with the Sellsword. You get a 2/2 at the end of it.
Right, and Fire Drinker already can take down something bigger. That's one of the few upsides of the card.
Yeah. Now she has a 4. Now John has a 4/4 flyer added to his team.
Yeah.
Players in Commander Top 13, please come to the gathering area to meet your judge.
Looks like Jackie can gain a little life here with a Nylea's Disciple.
Yeah, or she can Searing Blood, the 3/2 or the
Blood
unblockable
also?
guy, yeah.
She gains 4. She goes back up to 14. She's still in pretty bad shape here.
Yeah, I mean, John just has more powerful cards than her. Whichever series of plays John chooses that's reasonable, obviously. Taking it was reasonable by all means.
Do you feel like this is the dynamic between green-blue and green-red generally in Sealed? Like,
not necessarily. I mean, if you both have the same quality green cards, red offers like some burn and maybe I don't know, some more mid-sized guys. Blue offers some bounce,
some control in terms of like the
control.
nullify. Like I don't know how different this game is if that Nyxborn Wolf resolves.
Sure. I mean, they both kind of just done some things. I don't necessarily feel like people cast Nullify all that often that early when they're green-blue, because green is usually their base color for Swordwise Centaurs and whatnot. And the Eidolon in play just plinking for 1 but being down a card to do it. kind of has its own little feel to it this game, to me.
John does the old two-step. My flyers attack, and hell, these guys attack too.
No reason not to, right? Because the 3-2 can trade with the 3-3, in which case it's trading up, or if it trades with the satyr, it does damage.
Right. There's no block for the Wayfinder to make that's useful.
Nope. No, Jackie is not in a good position here.
Now this is where the Mortal's Orders are a real blowout.
Yeah.
But it looks like she's chump blocking. She's chump blocking the Siren, yeah.
No, that's just a trade, right? It's a 4-4. Her guy has 4 power.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm thinking.
What she is going to
Yeah.
do is take 4 though, so that's going to be.
It's an unblockable 4. Yeah.
Right. So she's going to take like 11 or so.
Yep, and there you see she's at 3. And still just has to deal with that 6/6 flyer.
Yeah.
And a 1/1 unblockable guy.
Yeah. Really, she has to deal with the 6/6 flyer because we know she has actually 2 different ways to kill the 1/1 in her hand.
Yeah.
I don't think she can kill the 6/6 though.
Right. That is not going to block, so.
Yeah. Even if your opponent's at 18 and you're at 3, no reason to hold it back.
Yeah, well, you would hate to start to come back in this game and then have your opponent end the game on 1.
Yeah, and I know I've been guilty of things like that. I'm really good at focusing on what matters a lot, but I'll neglect that 1 point of damage when my back's to the wall and I'm in the control role. You know?
Right.
That's one of my leaks.
Oh. So Nyxborn Triton, that's going to almost certainly draw the Searing.
Well, it has to draw it.
Yeah.
This isn't a decision. I mean, even though she's in bad shape, she's certainly not going to just be like, I'd rather concede, because, I mean, if she does draw an answer to that giant flyer, all she has to beat is a 2-3. There's not much, though.
So 6/6. Leaf Crown Dryad gets in the way. Dies. Oh, it's so close. She's got a Staunch Hearted Warriors and a Time to Feed, but
A mana short.
yeah,
It wouldn't.
it doesn't do it either. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like, you know, a couple turns earlier, you're able to do a bestow, and
Sure. I mean, they're both good cards.
yeah,
Not only together. I like all the green heroic guys a lot. Getting +2/+2 every time you target them is huge.
yeah.
I've had really good experiences with them.
Where they really shine is when you have the ordeals and you're able to just like automatically turn your ordeal, you know, to full volume.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, so looking at Cyber now, did we see John? Oh no, that was Zvi earlier. So many Hall of Famers, I'm losing track. Oh, I got Jackie Celeste here. Okay, so I'm trying to see if there's anything she's gonna go to her sideboard for. She has a Titan Strength that she's not playing.
It can be overridden sealed, although usually you're gonna play it.
But if you're gonna play cards like
Fire
Fire
Drinker
Satyr
Satyr,
and Satyr Wayfinder,
yeah,
the Satyr
right.
theme deck.
right. How do you then leave the Titan Strength out? Yeah, it seems unlikely. Even though in general, I try and stray away from those kind of strategies in sealed. If you're gonna be there, you're probably gonna play your Titan
Right.
Strength.
And what is it you don't what do you not like about Titan Strength? I mean, it seems on the face a really good combat trick.
Well, it only gives it 1 toughness.
Okay.
So there can be a lot of boards where you get 2 for 1 basically by your Titan Strength, or just don't cast it and then it doesn't do anything.
Right.
I kind of prefer a trick to give a little more toughness so that you can reliably trade up, let's say. Because even though you can always kill something bigger with Titan Strength, like I said, your guy's just going to die too a lot of the time. Like, you're a lot more often than not, you might be trading your 2 or 3 drop plus Titan Strength for their 4 or 5 drop, but that's still a 2 for 1.
Right.
And I mean, in the moment, it's correct to do, but when I'm choosing what kind of cards I put in my deck, I mean, I'm looking for a combat trick that takes out their guy and my guy lives, you know?
Right.
Where Titan Strength shines is obviously with Heroic.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
In this format, you can get less out of targeting a guy and still have it be good because of heroic. So you tighten strength your Wave Crash Triton and then tap something, or you tighten strength your Staunch Hearted Warrior and it grows permanently.
So we're peeking in on another match here while those guys sideboard. We see the what is that, Archetype of Ferocity, the red one?
Aggression, maybe?
Aggression, yeah. So red-blue versus green-red-black here. And this is Dennis Vitogiris versus, I believe, Wenzel Krautman? Or Daniel Hutchinson.
And so far, I'm seeing some cards I like a lot.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, I was commenting on how I didn't like several of the cards that were in play in Finkel and Jackie's match, but here, Bow of Nylea is fantastic.
Look at all these hits.
Yeah. Fanatic of Mogus is fantastic. Bow of Nylea is fantastic. Oracle Insight, fantastic.
Yeah.
And Archetype of Aggression, fine creature, obviously.
Now you're going to run through. Is there any situation? Well, I guess sometimes you're just low enough that you can't afford to let your opponent's creature attack you.
Yeah, more often than not, as you just said, you let it be 4/4 haste and then go
for one turn and then go back down to a manageable size.
More often than not.
Oh, I'm so jealous of Cadenas right now. Is it really? I mean, when you're sitting behind that, when you've resolved it, it's stuck, and you're going to do, is there a better feeling than working that card in this limited format?
No, tapping to draw one is a nice feeling. It really is.
But scry and draw one, it's like the first and second best things to do in Magic. Scrying and drawing. I don't even know what order I prefer them in.
When we were looking at the previews and I saw the Starfish, I started to get all excited that I'm going to get to play with that in draft. There's going to be a lot of games where I'm tapping and scrying.
So you're a big fan of the Starfish?
I mean, I'm not going to say it's amazing. I mean, it's not quite a Merfolk looter by any means.
Right.
But it's still, over the long run, going to let you put lands on the bottom, going to let you find lands. When you have a 2-lander, you can keep your hand, scry, and find lands, and then later in the game, instead of getting flooded, you're going to move a lot of lands to the bottom.
Right. Then you see Cadenas dug up a Lightning Strike.
Yeah.
With 2 activations of Oracle's Insight. That guy's a 3/3 now. And he's like, do you have? Yeah, I've got the Aspect of Hydra.
Yeah. And he's going to need to because he's going to fall behind card advantage-wise. He does have the bow, and he already has a 3/3 in play.
Right.
So, if he can hit here and make another drop, he could he has to put Godennis's back to the wall. Or he's just going to lose to the cards.
Yeah, Godennis has a Fall of a Hammer, and he's like, that's fine, I'll 2 for 2.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm going to be drawing so many cards this game.
Staying even on board is not acceptable if you're facing an Oracle's Insight.
Yeah.
You've got to turn up the aggression, or you've got to get the Oracle's Insight off the board.
Yeah.
Those are your choices.
Yeah, he's already, Yeah. Spear Point Oread comes down, which can get out of hand with the bow activations.
Sure. I mean, I have a feeling Go's got a couple of answers, though. I mean, he just keeps scrying and drawing cards.
So filthy.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Oh, everybody celebrate. I don't know that I think that might be the first Wild Celebrant I've seen on camera in this limited format. All right, so we're going to leave on that high note.
Well, the high note is Go's opponent was about to cast a dragon, I think. I wanted to see what Go had up his sleeve for that.
All right, we're back underway here. Cavalry Pegasus for Jackie Lee. She's down a game. And Agent of Horizons for John.
See, and this is the problem with the aggressive decks. When they really don't put it all together. Look, she's cast 3 spells already. But one of them's just a 1/1 flyer. The other one's a 1/2 that until it gets enhanced, it's not very threatening. I just kind of feel like in draft, you put together these masterpieces, but in sealed, more often than not, you want your cards to stand on their own.
Right. You just want them to have solid stats. Yep.
Yeah.
You just want to be at or above the curve at every play, right?
Yeah. And I mean, don't get me wrong. She looks like she has a pretty good hand, and if John can't deal with it, the 2-headed Cerebrus is going to be very threatening this game.
Yeah. Which another card that makes you want to me Titan Strength, but I guess I could. Oh, Triton Nicksmith.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, Triton Strength just makes a lot of sense in her deck. Like, I don't understand why you're going to play a white-red aggressive deck and not play the Titan Strength. Or a green-red one, as she starts.
She just sends the 2 creatures in. She's perfectly willing to trade either of them for the Chorus of Tides.
Right. Well, that attack obviously makes sense, but actually, that's a good point. I just noticed she switched to white-red. She was green-red.
Yeah.
And in the green-red deck, green generally has a little less heroic and a little more size than white. So maybe, even though it was still clearly a beatdown deck, maybe that's why she left the Titan Strength out.
Sure.
Maybe it's in now. I don't know.
Oh, and so the white also gives her Chain to the Rocks.
A fantastic card if you're white-red.
Yeah, we didn't see, and she has a ton of removal in red, too, by the way. She has 2 Fall of the Hammer. She has a Bolt of Terranos. She has the Searing Blood that we've seen a couple times now.
So maybe she really does have enough removal to make a little aggressive deck work.
Yeah.
Because that's really what it comes down to. The problem I often find is that you don't have quite the curve and removal you need in Sealed, so you kill one guy, but then they play another one,
Right.
And then you use your pump spell, they play another one, and you're blanked out, Right. But if she's got all that great removal, maybe it could work for her here. I mean, she is 5-0.
Yeah. And a lot of times you'll see people have built their first deck, and it's just like they default to the new deck every game, too. They're like, oh, no, this was so much better built. So John does trade the Chorus of Tides for the Nick Smith, which can kind of get out of hand.
He kind of had to do it. He might not have been happy about it, but you're not going to let her start making 3-1s.
Right. And those do not go away at the end of the turn.
Nope, sure
I
don't.
was surprised to learn recently on Magic Online.
They do have haste, though, right?
Yeah, they do. Oh, yes, they do. Oh, there's a Sealock monster.
A nice blocker.
Yeah. Not going to do much attacking here.
Oh, look, she does have the Titan Strength in hand.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I guess she figures her guys are smaller.
Oh, yeah, it looks like she changed her red configuration considerably. She also has a Fanatic Amogus in hand.
That wasn't in the green-red build?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay. So it looks like now now she's on a small, aggressive Boros deck, whereas before I guess the red was for removal to play green monsters, maybe.
So it looks like she's holding Phalanx Leader, Oreskos, Sun Guide, and
John quite fortunate to have Sealack monster here.
Yeah.
Just about anything else would not have been big enough to stop the Cerebrus with the Giant Strength.
Fanatic you. So John falls to 9 here.
Yeah.
She really has not used up a ton of cards.
No, I mean, he took 3 damage, I imagine, from whatever she's searing.
Yeah, Searing Blood on the Voyaging Satyr.
I think that was as we were tuning back in.
But John looks like he's going to be able to sort of time walk this turn with a Nylea's Disciple.
Yeah.
Just undo her entire last turn. Oh, wait. No. He says, I can wait on that.
John definitely playing very aggressively.
Attacks for 5 in the air. Jackie's also down to 9. This looks like it's going to be
Got to be the
Phalanx
leader.
Leader?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
got to be the leader. Kind of telegraphing a trick, but not necessarily which one. Kind of
Attack-
putting
attack
John
with
in a weird
everybody.
spot, yeah. So if John blocks the Fanatic Amogus, he'll die because she can Titan Strength the 2-headed Cerebrus, and that'll be 9. But I don't think John will do that because if she has any trick, she can target her leader, and then the Fanatic will trade with the monster.
Right.
Whereas the Cerebrus will only grow to a 2/3.
Yeah, John's not even really hesitating here.
It's just a better block.
Yeah.
It's not about any one given card.
If she has the Titan Strength on the Fanatic, she just goes to 8. He goes to 1 here.
Right, and while that's a lot, it's not lethal.
Right.
And John can untap and play the Disciple and gain a few life back if he needs to.
doesn't want to Titan Strength the Cerebus because even though it would trade with the Sealock monster, he'd just be down 2 cards for 1 card there.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about with
Yeah,
the card often
yeah.
being a 2-for-1 for you.
Yeah.
She might do it. I mean, her options here are all pretty reasonable.
I mean,
I'm
the
not
Sealock monster's
sure.
not a threat to attack her anytime soon. Like, she might... Yeah, she does Titan Strength the Phalanx Leader.
And that's certainly a reasonable play.
So,
Scry.
I mean that does 7 to John right there.
Very reasonable play.
He may need to leave the flyer back next turn,
Yeah, maybe.
unless he has some way to deal with that Cavalry Pegasus.
Well, we know he has the Disciple, so that's.
Oh
Gonna,
yeah, that's true.
But that's only 3 life, so that's
Right.
going to put him back to 5.
All right, and then the Phalanx Leader will gain flying as well next turn, as a human.
So that's 4. So then if she had anything at all, he would be dead. Which I don't know if she does, but I don't know if he knows that. And I don't know if he's willing to risk that.
Right. John draws a land, so he can actually play 2 creatures this turn.
Well, then he's almost certainly going to attack, I think. What's the other creature he can play?
It's Satyr Wayfinder.
So it's just 1 more point of life. So he'll still die if she can target the Phalanx Leader.
Right.
Because he can only get to 6. This is a really interesting choice. A lot of players here would automatically want to leave the flyer back to not lose to any trick. But you have to really ask yourself, can I beat more tricks anyway?
Right.
You know, from John's position, I might think my best, because over the long run, if she has another trick, that leader's just going to grow her team. She missed a land drop or 2 in this game, so you know she has spells
Her
in
hand
Yeah.
has to be spells.
So, I mean, I might just say to myself at this point, hopefully her hand is just creatures, and that I can put her back to the wall here.
But he also...
Oh, he
no.
has a Vapor King.
He do,
That's completely different.
yeah,
That
did
will-
not see that earlier.
Because he can block with that.
Yeah.
That makes it much easier. Now he can afford to send the flyer, and he can just play the Vapor King. Although it doesn't look like he's sending the flyer.
It doesn't look like he's sending. It looks like he's just like,
I don't.
you know what, I'm just going to hang here for a minute.
Hey, I mean, I'm not going to question the best ever, but I don't know. Me personally on this turn, I probably send the agent in. It puts her in chump block mode with it, and the
Right.
Vapor King can block her flyer for me to live. But I don't know.
Trying to see what she's drawn. Just sends in the 5/3.
I mean, maybe John feels like he wins this late game anyway because of Sealock Monster.
And he's right.
Yeah, Sealock Monster can win the game later.
How sweet would a Nylea's presence on one of her lands have been?
Just turn it into an island.
Just get in with my 5/5. Okay, so that traded with the Disciple.
You can't make out the 3rd card in her hand. She has it.
Yeah, I can't either. Oh, you know what it is? It's Porphyros's...
Emissary? is the one
Emissary.
no, that's the one she just drew, I think. But either way, that one and the Areska Sun Guide, the 2/2 that
Yeah.
inspires. But what's the other red card?
I'm not certain. Could be a Fall of the Hammer.
I mean, I guess John just feels like he's in such a comfortable position now that he didn't want to lose that game. He needs certain pump spells that would
Right.
still deal him 5, even if Vaporkin blocks one of them.
Could be a Reckless Reveler.
There's not that much that would really kill him, though. Since Vaporkin can block the Phalanx later, it would have to give +3. It would have to be like another Titan Strength. for it to kill him.
Right.
And she already used that, although there is Bolt and Strike and all these other cards that deal
Yeah,
for
it was Reckless Reveler, and she plays
Okay.
that and the Sun
and the Sun
Guide.
Guide, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's probably a close spot for John, the agent attack or no attack last turn
Is that did he just draw the land he needs for
for the monster.
Sealock? Yeah.
The thing is, she has plenty of chumps. It's still kind of a delicate board. And knowing that a +2/+2 trick really doesn't beat me, I don't know. I think I like the agent attack last turn. I kind of temporarily forgot he could make it unblockable, so it's
Right.
not like she could even be in chump block mode. She'd just be dead to it right now.
Right.
I mean, unless he was dead, which he would have been if she had anything, but I don't
I
know.
mean, this is what I was talking about. John's pace. This is just playing against John. He's just like, yeah, go. I've calculated a 7% chance of this.
Well, definitely. I'm sure I trust his ability to do the calculations, and I know he knows his deck a lot better than I do. But I don't know. I kind of like the agent attack last turn because you don't lose to like a bestow card or anything. You only lose to exactly Titan Strength or Lightning Strike or Bolt of Krennis,
Right.
and those are tough cards for her to have and for you to beat in this game
Right.
anyway.
John's at 5. So Sealock Monster's active. Monstrous. Jackie has an island. Either an island plains or a mountain island.
Maybe she has some blue spells she's been waiting on.
Yeah.
It would be awesome. She just untapped and cast Sudden Storm for the win or something.
Retraction Helix.
Yeah.
Tap my Sun Guide.
It's unlikely, but it would be awesome. I mean, now John finds himself in a position where, like, all his guys are bigger than hers, but he only has 5 life to work
Yeah.
with.
Attacking is very dangerous,
And
right?
no one guy even makes her chump block, so he may not even have an attack. Depends on what he has in hand, which I don't know.
Right, if he attacks with 2, she just throws a Reckless Reveler in front of the biggest.
Right, and he knew she had creatures in hand, or at least spells in hand, because she missed land drops. So I mean, this is kind of why I like the that one attack, but you know, close scenarios.
Satyr Wayfinder clears 4 lands off the top of John's deck.
It did the best it could do.
Yeah.
If he wins this game, it'll be on the strength of that just drawing 4 cards effectively.
Right, just not blanking the next 4 turns.
Yeah. So are any of her guys humans except the Phalanx leader?
I think it's just the Phalanx leader.
The
Sun Guide isn't.
It's like a monk, a cat monk or something.
Yeah.
The Reveler is a goblin, right?
I believe so, yeah.
I don't know what the emissary is, but it doesn't look like a human.
Yeah, Beast maybe? Emissary? Spirit?
And all she can muster is a philosopher. That guy is a human, I believe.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, and then a Chrome Crusader.
Also a human.
Also a human. So what's her Air Force look like now?
So the Phalanx leader, the Cavalry Pegasus, the Chrome Crusader, and the Traveling Philosopher.
So if she draws a way to target that Phalanx leader,
yes,
she'll have 5 in the air, even through John's 2 flying blockers.
Yes.
Wow, what a game, huh?
So Perverse Emissary is enchantment creature Ox.
That makes sense. There's a lot of enchantment creature Oxes roaming around in the wild.
And peppered throughout Greek myth.
So this is interesting. Every turn's a sweat. I mean, she definitely has way more lands in her library than John does after he milled the 3 of them, and he has more than her even in play.
So this is...
If she turns, is he dead?
Oh, right, because the Emissary takes up 2 blockers.
And he has to take 3 in the air, we already figured out. So he is dead if he doesn't have anything. Because there's the flying damage.
What is she doing then?
I don't know. If she doesn't send the Crusader, I don't know if he's still... Is he still dead? He's probably... No, he's not. What? What's going on here? Well, it looks like he has something anyway.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, well, that's going to...
Fated intervention.
Pretty much win the game anyway. And it... Let's say that he didn't have that. He would have been able to block 2 of the flyers and take 2 and go to 3. And then, how many ground guys does he have? Double block, take 4. Yeah, so he would have died anyway. So she didn't need to send the Crusader if he didn't have anything.
Okay.
As it is, I imagine John's going to be pretty comfortable here with these 2 extra 3/3s.
Yeah. Which right now are just eating 2 creatures.
Yeah, and his guys are bigger than hers.
Yeah.
So unless she has a combat trick, I think this is going to work out very badly for her. I don't blame her, though. You can't put him on that card there. You have to attack for the win.
Right. Oh, Vaporkin's like, wait a minute, I can block the Phalanx leader. This is awesome. I'm so excited right now. It has flying. John's like, let's not get crazy. Maybe not.
Yeah.
I've never seen a Vaporkin trade for a Phalanx leader.
No, I play a lot of Limited, and I've never seen that. Never had that happen.
This is a big day for Vaporkin. This is really a big day. She just gets mauled here.
Yeah, I mean, you can't blame her, though.
No.
I mean, John certainly wasn't sandbagging that card this whole game. And, you know, if he didn't have anything, he was dead. So, I mean, I agree with her play. I would attack there and try and lethal him.
John just drops the 3.
Yeah.
And he's got a million here to do back.
And this is why I didn't really like John's play, though. I really didn't think he was going to be able to beat Lightning Strike or Bolt of Keranos anyway. So I felt like, why send this game into a top deck mode and give her extra turns to kill you, really, rather than just leave yourself dead to maybe a couple pretty specific cards.
Sure.
But, you know, it's tough. Close games like that are really tough. You have a lot of, you know, really difficult options. A lot of really close options.
The heroic sweats where you're just waiting. Come on. All right. We're back on the match between Dennis Vidergiris and Daniel Hutchinson. Daniel Hutchinson's on your left of your screen, and he's been working an ordeal with Purphoros here on his Swordwise Centaur. Oh, and there's his Bow of Nylea. Last seen being pooped upon by a Wild Celebrants.
Yeah, and you know, this is what he needs to do, because from what we've seen, Dennis's deck has got a lot of removal and pretty good at drawing cards. So it looks like that, you know, Daniel needs to be the aggressor here.
Yeah. But it looks like both players must have been fairly tight on land. No, I guess not.
Is this not turn 4?
Yeah, it is turn 4. You're right. So just Daniel's missed a land drop. It looks like his hand is filled with action. I just don't know if he can. Oh, we're going to see the hammer fall here.
And here's Titan Strength, just dealing the 3 damage, making it big enough to hammer it. Nice.
Yeah.
And that ends up being a 2 for 2 because he loses the ordeal and the Swordwise Centaur.
But he was going to lose his guy next turn.
No question, it's the right play for Go.
Yeah. There's the Cerberus.
Look at Go with the Stymied Hopes in his hand.
I live in fear of that card all the time.
So
I still play my card. I don't take a turn off, you know. I'm like, oh, what if they have Stymied Hopes?
I play a lot on Magic Online, and, you know, once a week or so, somebody Stymied Hopes me, and, you know, they get me, and I'm just like, all right, you know, but you got to remember, like, the blowouts are flashy, but there's a lot of other games where the Hopes is sitting in the hand and never has the opportunity, you know?
Oh, yeah. Oh, 2 for 2 on the Wild Celebrants. This is awesome.
This is just brutal.
Making your 23rd card look good.
I can't believe that Wild Celebrants killed Bow of Nylea twice in a row. It's amazing. This is how the other half lives. Look at this.
Oh. So that's a big that's 6 threatening from the Cerberus here. It's not a good block on the Wild Celebrants.
No, and Daniel realizing that the longer this game goes, the worse it's going to be for him. Definitely accepting his role as the aggressor.
Yeah. I mean, Dennis is dropping a 5 here, right? Yeah.
But don't forget, Dennis is threatening 9 on the board, so I mean, all he needs is anything to kill him here. Anything that does damage, any bestow creature that he can cast.
It looks like he might have. I saw some red sorcery-looking thing.
I wonder if it's a Bolt of Keranos. Doesn't look like Bolt of Keranos.
He has a Bolt in his deck.
He's only got 1 red card and 3 blue cards in his hand.
Yes, I definitely saw a Divination.
Yeah, he definitely has a Stymied Hopes. And that's the Serpent, the 4/4 Serpent, Flood Tide or something. So, I mean, I don't know what the red card is, but unless it's
excuse me.
No sweat. Unless it's +2/+2 or Bolt of Keranos or something, he might not be able to kill him. Of course, he doesn't have to kill Daniel. He can attack him for 5 or 9 and make a blocker.
Right. Yeah, attack for 9, play something. It seems fine.
Yeah. And, I mean, it's not that easy for red-green to remove a 4/4 to attack for the win, but it's not impossible either.
Does he have a... yeah, that looks like Crackling Triton.
Oh, but he's 1 mana short.
Looks like he's going to leave his Kragma Butcher back.
Well,
Nope. Nope.
He's just going to 9 him and say, you know, if you can remove my 4/4, you win.
Yeah.
Which it's not easy for Red Green to do with this board. I mean, the only card that really comes to my mind is the, I think it's called Portent of Betrayal. The
Portent of Betrayal. Faded Conflagration will also do it.
Sure, but
That would require another red.
Well,
and
that would just kill go anyway, right? That can't go to players.
No, that's just creature
okay.
or planeswalker.
Okay, so that would require another red, but would do it, and is a rare.
Yeah.
And Portent is a common that would do it, but there isn't much.
Wait, did he just draw Faded Conflagration?
How do you call this? Out of nowhere. But it doesn't actually work. Right? He needs another red, which he doesn't have. Wow, I can't believe you just thought of that card and then he just drew it. But it doesn't actually work because he doesn't have the red. That is incredible.
He either drew that card or some Chandra, which isn't in the set, so.
Yeah. No, that almost certainly is faded. So what are his options, though, since he can't cast that? Time to feed?
Well, so if he time defeats the Kragma Butcher here, he goes to 5. And then he can leave this back.
Well, his guy will die.
No, he can kill the Butcher.
Oh, the Butcher, right, yeah.
Yep.
He goes to 5, and then his guy's stopping the Celebrant. So
right, so the Celebrants can't attack successfully attack into the Cerberus.
And the Serpent
Flood
can't
type
attack at all.
just like,
right.
It's like, I'm not ready.
So it's kind of he just has to pass back. It's kind of a different game. Interesting.
Still a divination, I think.
I don't know. Go doing a good job of shielding those cards.
Yeah.
Not giving away anything here.
Oh no, I think the Stymied Hopes is what I thought was divination.
Yeah, I think he just drew some other little blue card though. In the corner of his hand right now.
Yeah, he just can't attack into this board.
No, I mean, he's certainly not going to throw away the Celebrants. Did we figure out what the red card is yet in his hand?
Is that archetype of
aggression? Could be.
It is. It's archetype of aggression.
Could be, and that guy's an enchantment, but so if he plays it and bounces it, he can attack with the Serpent. But the Serpent's not lethal, so I don't know if he'll want to do that or not.
Right. So instead, he plays the archetype and he plays Deepwater Hypnotist.
And this makes sense. Last turn, he left himself out there because he kind of had to get his opponent, kind of low.
Right.
But now this turn, there's not really much reason to pick up your archetype and tap your 4/4. Even though you would have 2 blockers, so it would be pretty hard for you to get killed. Even Portent wouldn't do it. The Faded Conflagration wouldn't do it, right? You can't split that up, right? It's just a 5-to-1 target. So maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's the right play to attack the Serpent there. Maybe it's not. I'm not really sure.
It looks like Daniel drew a Noble Quarry.
2 mana short.
But if he can, plays the Spear Point.
Well, I don't think he could play it and have it and all his guys live.
Sure.
So I mean, it's why that card isn't that great. That card would be fantastic if its bestow cost was 4.
Yeah.
Just 6 is so much.
I was just wondering if he could just play it.
And just pass the turn.
Yeah.
I mean.
No, I don't. So you return
maybe.
the archetype. You can block the. No, you would take 6 there.
Yeah,
you would have to block the Deepwater Hypnotist with the Noble Quarry and go to 1.
But it does at least force a kind of bad attack by go. If you play it, then you end up in a spot where you can eat the Celebrants, trade your 1/1 for the 2/1, and take 4 damage, right?
Right. Yeah.
So you go to 1, but you remove a lot of his board.
Noble Quarry would be pretty awesome right here, but
Well,
We're not going to see it. Yeah.
if he had played it, this is a vastly different board, but he's not untapping with it. He's
Yeah,
tapping for the win.
yeah, no.
That's not happening. But
So it looks like a Fnatic of Xenagos was the draw for Hutchison.
which there were points where it might have been quite good. I'm not really sure, but at this point, there's now 6 creatures on Godennis' side.
Yep. If Godennis wins this, is he going to still have all these in with the Stymied Hopes? Like, isn't this the situation where Stymied Hopes is supposed to be awesome? Your opponent has 4 mana and is looking for answers?
Yeah, and imagine this has been a somewhat close game, and if Stymied Hopes was any kind of a trick that you could play, you know, imagine if it was Crypsis, or you know, if it was a bounce spell, or if it, you know, if it did anything really on board. You know, with how tight this game has been, Godennis has been, you know, 1 creature short. Like, if he could tap a creature at any point in the game, if Stymied Hopes had 1 blue 1 tap target creature,
yeah,
this game would have been over turns ago. As is, though, I think this game's pretty over now.
This should be it. He says, yep, you're going to return the archetype to allow, he has to return an enchantment to his hand to allow the Floodtide Serpent to attack.
I mean, this is lethal, right? Because the crackling.
Oh yeah, he's guaranteed to get in for 4.
Yeah, but, and have the Triton.
And have the Triton activate, yeah.
I mean, if he blocks the Triton, it still does 2.
Right, yeah, even if,
and if he doesn't block the Triton, it's 4 getting in. So
even if you first strike it, yeah.
Pretty sure this is just lethal.
What, is there a card Hutchison could have here?
For a lone green, I don't think so.
Yeah. It's pretty insane if Daniel had left a red open for Spark Jolt and they got Stymied Hopes.
That would be cool. That would be very cool.
Looks like Godennis is pondering a trick in his hand if needed, but I can't see him needing it.
I mean, this is just, honestly, could we maybe go to another match? Or I mean, what is the point of all this? Like, is Godennis deciding whether to sack the Cackling Triton to kill him or bury it? I'm not really. I mean, more than likely Daniel is still deciding blockers.
I think Daniel's deciding blockers,
but also
to you.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. That's the game. Godennis Urtigaris wins 2-1 over Daniel Hutchison. I don't think anyone's left in the feature match area. We had a match warming up in the bullpen, but